seconds! Get up! Get down! Hurry up! Get up! Get down! Hurry up! Find your seats! To the courtyard! Move! 10 seconds!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lieutenant Anthony Christie, the Commandant of the Connecticut State Police Training Academy. We welcome you to the John Lyman Center for the Performing Arts on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University for the graduation ceremony of the Connecticut State Police's 136th Training Troop. Before we begin today's ceremony, please join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of Connecticut State Police Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier, who on May 30th, 2024, was taken from us during the course of his duties. Trooper Pelletier had courageously served the state of Connecticut for 9 years, where he was consistently the calm in the storm, assisting fellow troopers, protecting our communities, and bringing a smile to all who knew him. Thank you. We recognize and appreciate the contributions and the value of your support throughout this training. This training and subsequently this life and career are not easy. None of us can do this alone, and you are vital members of the law enforcement family. Please join me in a round of applause for the recruits' friends and families and all law enforcement families in attendance. Today's graduation is the culmination of an intensive 28-week training program that we believe is one of the most comprehensive and demanding in the nation. We hope you enjoy the ceremony. Please rise for the procession of our national colors presented by the Connecticut State Police Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Without further delay, the Connecticut State Police and the Training Academy staff take great pleasure in presenting to you the members of the 136th Training Troop.
Let's go! 136th Training Troop. Time. March. Now there's a story that needs to be told. About the blue, about the gold. How the story goes, or so they say. Of the sacrifice and the price they paid. Forward. March. Hail, hail, state police. King of the road, come follow me. Nothing in this world is free. A trooper's life was made for me. Hitting at home, hanging around. My life was getting me down. A state recruiter walked up to me. Hey, what's the life you want to lead? I left my home, I left my life. To learn the trooper way of life. Mama, mama, don't you cry. The trooper now ain't gonna die. That one was dark, a chill in the air. Shouting troopers everywhere. Or should I say I'm feeling low? Count me in, I'm good to go. Late to bed, early to rise. The sun was shining in my eyes. Oh, putting knowledge in my head. These are the words that they said. Hail, hail, state police. King of the road, come follow me. Nothing in this world is free. A trooper's life was made for me. They trained us hard, they trained us long. They showed us the right way from the wrong. We'll stick it out through thick and thin. We train to fight and we fight to win. We started out in 1903. Well, that's the year we came to be. 100 years have come and gone. And the tradition marches on. 26 troopers have paid the price. And the blue and the gold, the sacrifice. They're in our hearts, they're in our minds. We salute the families left behind. Hail, hail, state police. King of the road, come follow me. Nothing in this world is free. A trooper's life was made for me. Oh, now the story has been told. About the blue, about the gold. And all the things for which we strive. We'll never quit, we'll never die. Hail, hail, state police. King of the road, come follow me. Nothing in this world is free. A trooper's life was made for me. Hand step, hand step, hand step, your left. Hand step, hand step, hand step, your left. Now count, count, cadence lead, cadence count, cadence count. Hey, trooper trainee, roll your shoulders back, lift your head up high, reach and touch the sky. Count it, count it, count it, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We like it here, we love it here, we finally found our home. Oh what? Oh what? Oh what? All the way from home. Hey! Troop! Halt! Center face!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the members of the 136th Training Troop. Please rise and remain standing for our national anthem and the invocation. The national anthem will be performed by Trooper Trainee John Durham.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Order!
And now, the invocation by State Police Chaplain Dr. Jeff Gallagher.
Let us pray. Most gracious and loving God, what a joy it is to be here today to celebrate with the families and members of the 136th Training Troop of the Connecticut State Police on the occasion of their graduation. We give thanks for the hard work that these men and women have put in over these last months. We give thanks for the Academy instructors who have worked so hard to instill critical information, core values, and a work ethic into these graduates. We give thanks for families and loved ones at home who supported these dreams and offered words of encouragement and hugs of support every step of the way. And yet, as we celebrate, O God, we do so keenly aware of the unique dangers and stresses that await our trooper trainees, and indeed all those who answer the call to law enforcement here in our beloved state and beyond. And so we ask that your love and protection might be showered upon this class we celebrate today, our entire Connecticut State Police, and all who serve. Offer strength when the days are long, wisdom when situations are uncertain, compassion for those we serve, and remind us all that no matter how difficult this road of life may be, you ride along as a wingman with us always. Trusting in your presence in this time of celebration, O God, we pray these and all things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher. Please take your seats. It is my honor to introduce the distinguished individuals with whom I share the dais this morning. Seated on my far left, the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Connecticut, Honorable Susan Bysowitz. Commissioner Higgins, Commissioner of the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection. Colonel Daniel Lockman, Deputy Commissioner and the Commanding Officer of the Connecticut State Police. Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Fongemi, the Commanding Officer of the Office of Field Operations. Lieutenant Colonel Mark Davison, the Commanding Officer of the Office of Administrative Services. Lieutenant Colonel Chad Gomez, the Commanding Officer of the Office of Professional Standards and Training, and Chief Roberto Rosado of the Meriden Police Department, representing the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association. I would also like to acknowledge the following guests who are joining us today. Family members of our fallen troopers. In attendance today are the families of Troopers Pelletier, Augusto, Green, and Hall. We further acknowledge Major General Francis Evon, Brigadier General Thomas Olander, Colonel Neil Byrne, Command Sergeant Major Arthur Fredericks, and Command Chief Master Sergeant Rick Marks of the Connecticut Air National Guard, and command staff and representatives from other state police and municipal agencies. Seated in the front portion of the audience are the state police commanders, who are responsible for ensuring that these graduating recruits are provided the guidance, supervision, and field training necessary to effectively serve the citizens of Connecticut. Along with the families and friends of the 136th Training Troop, we have the privilege to have several additional guests joining our celebration. These honored guests include members of our congressional delegation and state legislature, members of our Police Officer Standards and Training Council, the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association, our state attorneys' offices, members of our state police departments from our surrounding states, members of federal and municipal law enforcement, commissioners, employees of our partner state agencies, and current and retired employees of the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection. Your collective attendance is appreciated and recognized as an expression of your support and commitment to the Connecticut State Police and to these graduates. Thank you. The department, and especially the Training Academy staff, are indebted to President Dr. Dwayne Smith and Southern Connecticut State University for the use of this fine facility for today's ceremony. Please join me in thanking our hosts. Our first speaker is Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz. Sworn in on January 4th, 2023, Lieutenant Governor Bysiewicz is serving her second term as Connecticut's 109th Lieutenant Governor. She served as Secretary of State from 1999 to 2011, where she was an advocate for businesses, veterans, and the electoral system. Prior to this, she was a state representative in the Connecticut General Assembly, representing the towns of Middletown, Middlefield, and Durham. During this time, she wrote key legislation in areas of women's health care and controlling lobbyist efforts in our government. She is also a published author. She is a graduate of Yale University and Duke Law School. We are pleased to welcome the Honorable Susan Bysiewicz, Lieutenant Governor of the state of Connecticut.
Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. I am so pleased on behalf of Governor Lamont and I to have the opportunity this morning to congratulate all the members of the 136th Training Troop who are graduating and becoming Connecticut State Troopers today. Today, we have the opportunity to thank some very special people who are joining us today before we start bragging on this fine group of graduates. So the first group of people I think it's important to thank are all of the people who have served in our United States military services. You all have put your lives on the line so that we can gather here today and enjoy the very special freedoms that we have in this country, like the right to vote and the freedom to worship and speak as we please. So I'd like to ask all our United States military veterans to please stand so that we can say thank you to you for your service to our country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your great service and your sacrifice. Also, we are joined today by members of our state, local, and federal law enforcement communities. You all are role models for our state troopers who are graduating today. Please rise so we can say thank you for your mentorship and your being wonderful role models. Our law enforcement community. And the final group of people that are very important to recognize and thank are our family members, the spouses, the relatives, the moms, the dads, the children who have supported the trooper trainees over this many months of their rigorous training. You have sacrificed already, and much more is to come. We thank you for your service and your support. Would our family members please rise so we can say thank you to you? Thank you so much. And to our troopers who are newly minted, thank you for hearing the call and stepping forward to bravely serve our state at a time when there is much trepidation and chaos in our world. You have pledged your unwavering loyalty. Many of you have also served in the military or as firefighters, police officers, corrections officers, and EMTs, all positions of service to your communities before making this decision to join the state police. We know that you have worked extremely hard for this moment, completing 28 weeks of intensive training and more than 1,500 hours of training both online and in person. You should be very proud of everything that you and your classmates have accomplished. As new members of the state police, you are entering a very challenging but also rewarding profession. The governor and I have the opportunity to see the talent and the perseverance and the tenacity that it takes to be a state trooper every day, because every day the two of us are protected by our amazing state police security detail. I want to give a special shout out to Abby Belcher and John Santiago on my detail, and Fawn Olette and the whole team that protect the governor. I think the governor and I spend more time with our state police security detail than we do with our spouses. We want to thank all of our state police for their amazing commitment. And today, we have new troopers who are going to be held as they are to a higher standard. Your training and the skills that you have obtained have prepared you for any situation that will come your way. We know that our families and the people of our state will be safe because of your willingness to be on the front lines, being ready to perform under intense pressure and working hard every day in our communities. We are humbled by your dedication and your commitment to serving the people of our state. You deserve our respect, our admiration, and our gratitude. I want to, just before I say a final thank you, encourage any person in the audience who has someone they'd like to recommend to our state trooper police force. Please think about joining or encouraging others to join. We need many more qualified people, especially women and people of color, to serve our state. So congratulations again to our new graduates. Thank you for your service. Best wishes for a very safe and successful tenure. God bless each of you, your families, our beautiful state, and our great country. Thank you so much. It's a privilege for the governor and I to represent you every day in Hartford.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Beiswitz. Our next speaker is Commissioner Ron L. Higgins, Commissioner of the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good morning. I am pleased to stand before you today with our Lieutenant Governor and the commanding officer of the Connecticut State Police. Thank you for your leadership. Lieutenant Governor and Colonel Lockman, we are so proud of the 21 men and women who will now embody what we call the living logo of the Connecticut State Police, but also the agency that I serve as commissioner, the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection. There is much that lies behind this commitment to the living logo and a state agency sworn to keeping Connecticut safe. We are dynamic, we are adaptable, and we are growing to serve the Connecticut of 2025. At this critical moment, we know now more than ever, we need women and men of all backgrounds to wear the badge, and I remain focused on making sure our troopers, our recruits have the support, the training, and the resources to succeed. This starts with the people who have brought us to this special moment today. That is the instructors of the state police who make sure we have the most thorough and up-to-date training, from firearms to crisis intervention and de-escalation to tip-top physical fitness. I want to thank the instructors of the Connecticut State Police Academy for all they have done for bringing the 136th Training Troop to where they are today. A round of applause for the instructors. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what occurs before they enter into their training. You see, before the hard work of molding a Connecticut State Trooper begins at the police academy, our recruitment team is out there scouring college campuses and going into communities, on military installations, you name it. They are all over the place, sharing the story of a career as a Connecticut State Trooper and what it's like to become a Connecticut State Trooper. These dedicated recruiters, they're not on stage with us right now, but their help in bringing us to this consequential moment cannot be understated. And I want to acknowledge them right now, each and every one of them. A round of applause for our recruitment and selections team. Thank you for all that you do. We know that our commitment to quality doesn't end today at this graduation. We know that the cruisers that become the mobile offices of these Connecticut State Troopers and those Connecticut State Troopers that have come before them, they are important. It is important that they have the equipment inside those mobile offices. It is important that they have facilities, that the troop barracks that they report to be up to date and renovated. That is the least that we can do. The firearms training facilities, it needs to be renovated. That is the least that we can do. And my staff and I remain committed to doing just that. So as I thank the committed state employees, many of which from the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection that are here with me today in graduating the 136th Training Troop, I want to just say that we are here with you, we are here for you, and welcome to the journey. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. Our next speaker is Colonel Daniel Lockman, the commanding officer of the Connecticut State Police.
Thank you, Lieutenant Christie, and thank you all for being here to celebrate the accomplishments of the 136th Training Troop. It's truly an honor for you all to be here to celebrate with us. The troopers on stage before you are among the most qualified and trained law enforcement officers in the nation. The hiring process to become a Connecticut State Trooper is extremely competitive, and from a pool of over 1,400 candidates, 21 remain. The 21 troopers on this stage are an elite group who began their journey at the Academy in September of this last year, and over the last 28 weeks have completed nearly 1,600 hours of training. The training they completed far exceeds the mandated minimum requirements, and they will complete an additional 400 hours of field training with their field training officers. 136th Training Troop. In just a moment, you will take the State Police Oath of Office. This oath is more than simply reciting words to fulfill an obligation here today. The oath will seal the pledge you will make to yourself and to the people of Connecticut to support the constitutions of both the United States and the state of Connecticut, and to faithfully perform your duties as a state trooper. Wearing this uniform is a calling and an undertaking that should never be taken lightly. To uphold the oath of office in law enforcement requires professionalism, courage, and sacrifice. A career in policing is an honorable and noble profession, and each of you on stage has earned the privilege to wear that badge that we pinned on your uniforms. I ask that you wear that badge with pride, honor, and integrity each and every day. This marks the end of the first chapter of your career, and now you move on to field training, where you'll apply the knowledge and skills you've acquired during your time at the academy. During your FTO training, you'll be provided with valuable information and resources to help you to be successful when you complete the program. Make the best of this opportunity to expand your knowledge and ask questions. Be receptive to your FTOs, supervisors, and peers, and learn from your experiences, both good and bad. You will certainly face challenges along the way, but during the tough times, remember why you became a Connecticut State Trooper and what motivated you to lead a life of service. We expect that you're going to make mistakes while you're learning on FTO. When you make a mistake, own it, fix it, learn from it, and move on from it. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back from seeing your full potential and from missing opportunities to get good experiences and to learn. Find something you enjoy while on patrol, whether it be traffic enforcement, DUI enforcement, criminal interdiction, conducting criminal investigations. Just be active. Get out into the community and build meaningful relationships with those who you took an oath to serve and protect. Family and friends of our graduates, while they're taking a step forward in their careers, I want to express my extreme gratitude for the support that you've provided them over the years. No one can do it alone, and without the proper support systems in place outside of the workplace, none of this is possible. I ask that you continue to provide support and the strength that they'll need as they face new challenges. I'd also like to recognize the exceptional efforts of the Academy staff, led by Lieutenant Christie and Sergeant Landano. I thank you for your commitment and your leadership. With that said, enjoy today, take it all in, and be proud of what you've accomplished. Congratulations, good luck, and welcome to the State Police family.
Thank you, Colonel Lockman. The highest compliment that any police department can bestow on its members is to entrust them with the training of its newest members. The Academy staff instructors are not only teachers, but role models, coaches, counselors, mentors, and among the most dedicated, hardworking, and selfless individuals that I have ever had the honor of working with. During our more intensive training evolutions, the staff voluntarily worked what equates to double shifts. These extended days equate to hours away from home and family in service to the development of the training troop. The success of this program resides completely with the Academy staff and includes not only the instructors, but the administrator, the kitchen staff, maintenance staff, fleet personnel, and our photo unit. Their collective dedication, effort, and perseverance has been on display throughout this training program. It is my privilege to serve and work alongside them, and I am exceptionally proud of their accomplishments. Please join me in recognizing all the members of the Training Academy staff. Public speaking is an important part of all recruit training. At every graduation, a class representative prepares a speech and presents it on behalf of the training troop. This recruit was selected by their classmates to give a voice to their shared experiences and successes. The class speaker for the 136th Training Troop is Trooper Trainee Anthony LaRusso.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a well-anticipated day by many. First and foremost, I would like to extend a special thank you to all of those who have supported any of these recruits amongst you today. I would like to thank the Connecticut State Police for taking a chance on each one of us to prove we have the heart, soul, strength, and mental fortitude it takes to become a Connecticut State Trooper. I would be remiss not to take this time to especially thank Jessica, Mateo, and Viviana, my beautiful wife and 2 children. You 3 are my why. Throughout this academy, we have spent many moments in adverse situations, uncomfortable positions, particularly the front leading rest, and facing challenges raising the questions of what brought me here. We began this journey as 35 individuals, but we are leaving here today as a family of 21. Here's a small glimpse of the perspective of the 136th Training Troop. We began this journey in fear of what comes next. You question which one of your classmates can give the cadre a reason to make any part of this worse. You stand there silently in your dorm room with 3 strangers staring back at you, with fear-stricken eyes when you hear the most distinct sound of freshly polished boots slowly coming down the hall. The hair on the back of your neck stands tall, and your palms begin to sweat, waiting to hear the next victim of remediation. You wince at the idea of it being you because you may have read the rules and regulations 3 dozen times, but you still have no idea what to do with your very scarce amount of free time. Then comes the roar, fall out. Now it's no longer the question of who, but what did we do now? You have 20 seconds to fall in and retrieve your sandbags. The ultimate gut check. It's merely ironic how much faster 20 seconds is on a trooper's watch than any other. It was time to pay up, and we did, every single time. Polishing the floor with nothing but our sweat and our sandbags, holding them over our heads while our arms shook like a palm tree in a Cat 5 hurricane, and screaming until our voices faded away into what sounded like the static of a radio station. Please don't be fooled. Anything involving our sandbags packed a punch. But have you ever clapped over your head 136 times? Well, we did, and it's not the round of applause you're thinking. Although we can be applauded, is the resilience we found within ourselves and allowed that fire in our hearts to burn. Each of us took any thought of quit and weakness and left it at the door before we walked into the building every single Monday morning, precisely at 05:30. Late nights, silent dinners, and 21 fingers pointing at one another. It was like bringing up politics at Thanksgiving dinner. Although those moments were more frequent than not, those are the moments that created an irreplaceable bond between us all. Early on, we established that there were only 2 ways to take us out of here: the stage I stand on before you, or a body bag. Early on into our academy, we were given an assignment of why I want to become a state trooper. I was particularly attracted to this assignment because it was an opportunity for each one of us to get an introduction as to why each person is here, what each person's motives were, and where we have come from to all meet up in the Connecticut State Police's private resort. For myself, I took the question quite literally. I broke it down starting with why. Why is an adverb defined as for what reason or purpose? As we grow older, we continue searching for answers, but we add more complex situations to the mix. Ultimately, it is our foundation of learning, motive to continuously grow, and the fundamental development to transform the person we were yesterday to make the person we become tomorrow proud. Let's take the meaning of the word one step further. If we look at the other variation of why, we have a noun with the definition of a reason or explanation. This is what defines mindset. It defines drive, and it defines you. The reason why you strive for the goals you set. This is what brought 21 opposing personalities together as one well-oiled machine. Our reasons and explanations as to why we are all here differ drastically. But each of our reasons undoubtedly share many commonalities, providing a greater sense of purpose, a sense of pride in protecting our community, setting an example for our children, siblings, nieces, or nephews, doing something greater than yourself, to something as simple as making your parents proud. Now it's your application to your everyday life. Your why will get you out of bed in the morning when everything is sore. Your why will keep you up at that extra hour to squeeze in that last bit of work no one else is willing to do. Your why will create your drive. Your drive will reproduce motivation. Your motivation turns into discipline. Your discipline will attract like-minded individuals towards you. Now you're surrounded by focused, driven, and determined human beings begging for one more challenge just so they can get stronger. That's the 136th Training Troop. Together, we surpassed many challenges to make us stronger. Day one, week one, our first pool day, tear gas exposure, OC spray, taser exposure, that second pool day, and even our physical altercations. Not only a true testament to our character, but simply just a few prerequisites to reserve our seat with the blue and gold. Each evolution, this group of men and women overcame internal and external conflicts that ultimately compounded into the simple question, is it worth it? The answer every single time, yes, it absolutely was. As we have persevered through the mental and physical challenges of this academy, we have learned a valuable lesson along the way. The only person between you and becoming a state trooper is you. I would like to wrap this up by sharing with you a concept I hold particularly close to me. Make it happen. Not only is this on my favorite coffee mug, but it's a saying I live by. I have been handed many adverse situations throughout life, some being simple hurdles, others being unexpected redirections, and other times doors being slammed closed in my face. Sometimes leading me down a path less traveled, but I genuinely don't have it in me to roll over and wave the right flag. Neither do any of them. I crave the challenge because every single time the challenge presents itself, I'm going to run through it and make it happen. It's mindset, it's your vision, it's looking 1 mile ahead, not 1 foot. And that's the mindset carried through the 136th Training Troop viciously. We will make it happen. That is who we are. That is the men and women responding to your worst nightmare, that this can't possibly be happening to me moments, and the simply, I'm scared moments. We will be your sigh of relief. We will be that speck of light at the end of the tunnel, that glimmer of hope you need to keep fighting for your life. And we will go home at the end of the night. That's who we are, and we will make it happen. Thank you for your time once again, and thank you for all your unwavering support.
Thank you, Trooper Trainee LaRusso. It is an Academy tradition for the training troop to present the plaque to the Academy staff. On the walls of the Training Academy are plaques dating back to 1986, reminding us of the history of our department. The members of the 136th Training Troop have asked to add their plaque to the wall in memory of their time at the Academy and to recognize the efforts of the Academy staff. Trooper Trainee John Durham will make the presentation of the plaque to Recruit Training Coordinator, Sergeant Christian Londano. On behalf of the entire Training Academy staff, I would like to thank the 136th Training Troop for presenting us with the class plaque. In every Academy class, an award is presented to the recruit who is the top qualifying shooter. The Trooper Trainee who will receive this award is Trooper Trainee Hunter Humble and Sergeant Chiretto, the Firearms Training Unit Supervisor, accompanied by Mrs. Patricia Slattery, will explain the criteria for selection.
This award is dedicated in memory of Master Sergeant Robert W. Slattery, who retired after 21 years of service with the Connecticut State Police. Master Sergeant Slattery constantly emphasized the importance of firearm safety, training, and proficiency in law enforcement. As an active and proficient shooter, he always made himself available to anyone who wanted to improve their skills in the practical use of firearms. His attitude towards the importance of training and the respect for firearm safety and proficiency is carried on today and taught to trooper trainees. The trainees of the 136th Training Troop received over 120 hours of intensive instruction in the fundamentals of shooting, tactics, weapons maintenance, and issues dealing with the use of deadly force. Each trainee fires almost 3,000 rounds of ammunition during training. After completing the basics in marksmanship, each recruit is put through a variety of shooting drills, culminating in a timed, scored police combat qualification course. The recruit with the highest score for this course is awarded the Master Sergeant Slattery Award. We are honored to have Mrs. Patricia Slattery, the wife of the late Master Sergeant Robert Slattery, here to present this award.
Thank you, Sergeant Chiretto and Mrs. Slattery. Established in 1972, the Connecticut State Police Alumni Association is a fraternal organization open to active and retired state police personnel and their families. The association always honors one graduate from each training troop with the Alumni Association Award. The trooper trainee who will receive this award is trooper trainee Jeffrey Morrow. On behalf of the association, retired State Police Sergeant Jerry Longo will explain the award and make the presentation.
I'm so glad the Chiefs of Police Association is here today, because these two cops were in line waiting to meet St. Peter, his local guys. The line was very long. And they said they'd cut the line and use their badges to get in. St. Peter said, "Go back in line." As they turned to leave, a trooper trots by on a white horse. The gates open up, the angels are singing, strides right in. The cops are incensed. They look at St. Peter and says, "What the hell was that? What was that?" He said, "That was God. He just thinks he's a state trooper." I rewrote this speech last night around 11 o'clock because of something that recently happened in the last day or so. One of our sergeants who was shot by the Hells Angels back in 1985, Angel Gonzalez, is not well. He's bedridden. And somewhere in the past 20 or 30 years of his life, he lost his sergeant's badge. Colonel Lockman and his team replaced that badge. It's going to go out to the family. And that just made me change my speech to family. We're all family now. Even if you 21 people, families don't like me, we're still family. You don't always like your family. This family, it's a good one to join. It's a good one to belong to. The Alumni Association is the family historian for the department. We're your grandfather, your brother, your counselor, some instances, unfortunately, your comforter. It's all family. That was true in 1903. It was true in 1985 when Angel was shot. And today, let's go back to 1985. The entire state was activated. This guy almost gave his life for us. And that many years later, he's still family. And he got the badge he asked for almost instantly. It's incredible. A lot's expected of us. The recipient of this award is already on the way to showing all of us what being highly trained and skilled, aware, and yes, dare I say it, sensitive. They were selected to be that one person who means so many things to so many people. They were selected by their classmates, academy staff. What an honor that is. I want the recipient of this award and the class and all of you to know from a former you, all shiny and new like you are, just what lies ahead. You're going to make great sacrifices while you're providing for the public. It's like a very large daycare center, has about 3 million kids in it. And your family, well, things with your family will often manifest itself in the moments you're going to be forced to miss. For example, Thanksgiving. Why did I think about Thanksgiving? I love turkey. It has 24 hours that day. And unless you're working a triple, you can have dinner. You won't miss it. Eat your dinner later. Eat your dinner earlier. Being together is so much more important than the hour you have that dinner. And you know, turkey tastes better the day after anyway, in case you do a triple. So from someone who sat where you sat, please remember, the good days will bring you happiness. The bad days will provide you with much needed experience. The worst days will teach you valuable lessons. The greatest days will provide you with the greatest of memories, much like today. Having a really good day is our award winner, Trooper Jeffrey Moreau. And there is enough money in this envelope, if he waits long enough, to buy 3 shares of Tesla stock.
Thank you, Sergeant Longo. The Samuel J. Luciano Award is presented by the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association to the recruit who has maintained the highest academic average during training. We are honored to have Chief Roberto Rosado of the Meriden Police Department, representing the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association, here to present this award to Trooper Trainee Hunter Humble. Chief Rosado will explain and present this award.
Good morning. In 1965, the Education Committee of the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association recognized a long-term need for a formal, structured municipal police training program and a physical location in which to conduct the training. At that time, Samuel Luciano, the chief of the Westport Police Department, was on the Education Committee. With his fellow police chiefs, Chief Luciano worked long and hard to facilitate a uniformed statewide training program and the establishment of a statewide police academy. In November of 1970, Chief Luciano and other members of the committee came to the academy grounds to tour the site of the facility. They were pleased to find the construction of that facility was about 80% completed. Their goal and Samuel Luciano's dream was almost complete. A few days after that tour, Chief Luciano suffered a fatal heart attack, which prevented him from ever seeing his dream, the Connecticut Police Academy. In honor of Chief Samuel J. Luciano, the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association established the Samuel J. Luciano Award. This award recognizes the trainee who attained the highest grade average in each recruit training class. And since 1970, the president of the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association traditionally presents this award to every graduation. It is my honor today to announce that the recipient of the Samuel J. Luciano Award with a grade point average of 97.54 is Trooper Hunter Humble. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Rosado. In memory of Lieutenant Colonel Les Williams, an award is presented to the graduating recruit who has demonstrated an exceptional display of motivation, dedication, and leadership throughout the entire training program. Today, This award will be given to Trooper Trainee Nicholas DePonte. Sergeant Joshua Sawyer, the in-service training coordinator, will explain and present this award.
In memory of Lieutenant Colonel Les Williams, an award is presented to the graduating recruit who has demonstrated an exceptional display of motivation, dedication, and leadership throughout the entire training program. Lieutenant Colonel Williams became a state trooper in 1937, is one of the first agency members to hold a college degree. As a trooper, he rose quickly through the ranks, and in 1967, he was promoted to the newly established rank of Lieutenant Colonel. As the Director of State Police Training, he was responsible for improving and streamlining recruit and in-service training. His approach to and methods of instruction to police officers became the model of police training in the Northeast. During his 34-year career, his motivation, dedication, and leadership qualities were second to none. The recipient of this award, chosen by the Academy staff, is that recruit who best exemplifies those traits displayed by the late Lieutenant Colonel Les Williams. Today, the Training Academy is proud to present the Lieutenant Colonel Les Williams Award to Trooper Trainee Nicholas DePonte.
Thank you, Sergeant Sawyer. At each graduation, an award is presented to the state police recruit who has achieved overall excellence in training. The trooper trainee who will receive this award is Trooper Trainee Hunter Humble. Sergeant Christian Lundano, the recruit coordinator, accompanied by retired Trooper First Class David Tuskowski, will explain and present the award.
Trooper First Class Alan J. Tuskowski was a 15-year veteran of the Connecticut State Police Department who served on the Training Academy staff for 9 years. On June 2nd, 1983, he was stricken with a fatal heart attack at the age of 38 while at the Academy. In Alan's memory, the training staff of the Academy established the Alan J. Tuskowski Excellence in Training Award. This award is presented to the trainee who attains the highest overall level of performance in the critical areas of our state police training program. The trainee who receives this award is graded not only by academic performance, but also in the disciplines of firearms qualification, driving, and physical fitness. A peer evaluation in which the class selects the member of their troop who they perceive will become an outstanding and exemplary state trooper is added to this equation. The trainee who attains the highest overall composite rating is therefore recognized by the instructors and peers as the best of the best. Today, the Training Academy is proud to present the Alan J. Tuskowski Award for excellence in training to Trooper Trainee Hunter Humble.
Thank you, Sergeant Lundano and TFC Tuskowski. We have now reached the point in today's program our graduates have anxiously awaited: the presentation of their badges and the administration of the oath of office. There is a long-standing tradition in law enforcement involving the pinning of badges. Several of our graduates are connected to present or retired police officers. They have elected to have their badges pinned by this person. Sergeant Lundano will announce each graduate's name, duty assignment, and where applicable, the relationship between the graduate and badge pinner. All other badges will be pinned by Colonel Lockman. After each trooper trainee receives their badge, you will notice as they return to their seats, they will pass by the department flag. The flag bears memorial streamers for every trooper who has given their life in the line of duty since 1903. Each trooper trainee will touch the staff of this flag to signify and reflect on their commitment to service. State police photographers will be taking photos of the badge pinning ceremony and will make them available to the families and friends of the graduates. Therefore, we ask that you please remain silent and seated during this portion of the program to allow everyone the opportunity to view the pinning. Thank you.
2. On your feet. Face. File it out.
Trooper Trainee Jean Colon Caratini, Troop B, North Canaan, being pinned by his mother, retired officer Iris Caratini, out of San Juan, Puerto Rico Municipal Police Department. Trooper Trainee Jeffrey Morrow, Troop A, Southbury. Trooper Trainee Andrew Fogarty, Troop K, Colchester, being pinned by his grandfather, retired Detective Alfred Pepin, Hartford Police Department. Trooper Trainee David Velez, Troop G, Bridgeport, being pinned by retired TFC Gregory LeBeau, Connecticut State Police. Trooper Trainee Hunter Humble, Troop E, Montville, being pinned by his fiancee, Trooper Megan Jenny, Connecticut State Police. Trooper Trainee Brian Burrito, Troop I, Bethany, being pinned by his uncle, retired Lieutenant Darren McKay, Meriden Police Department. Trooper Trainee Brandon Devlin, Troop I, Bethany, being pinned by his fiancee, Officer Catherine Cimararo, Ansonia Police Department. Trooper Trainee Nicholas DePonte, Troop L, Litchfield, being pinned by his father, Lieutenant Thomas DePonte, Yukon Police Department. Trooper Trainee Anthony Bello, Troop F, Westbrook, being pinned by the Colonel of State Police.
Roll 1. On your feet. Left. Face.
Trooper Trainee Anthony LaRusso, Troop H, Hartford, being pinned by his wife, Special Agent Jessica LaRusso, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF. Trooper Trainee John Durham, Troop E, Montville, being pinned by his brother-in-law, Officer Thomas Van Lingen, Manchester Police Department. Trooper Trainee George Donnarumma, Troop I, Bethany, being pinned by Colonel Lockman.
Go two, I, face. Take seats.
Trooper Trainee Brandon Holliday, Troop H, Hartford, being pinned by Colonel Lockman. Trooper Trainee Franco Panafino, Troop L, Litchfield, being pinned by Colonel Lockman. Trooper Trainee Joshua De Silva, Troop B, North Canaan, being pinned by Colonel Lockman. Trooper Trainee Michael McCormick, Troop D, Danielson, being pinned by his father, TFC Daniel McCormick, Connecticut State Police. Trooper Trainee Jenny Garcia, Troop C, Talon, being pinned by retired Lieutenant Timothy Begley, Connecticut State Police. Trooper Trainee George Lyman, Troop G, Bridgeport, being pinned by Colonel Lockman. Trooper Trainee Caitlin Barker, Troop L, Litchfield, being pinned by Colonel Lockman. Trooper Trainee Johnny Giustino, Troop A, Southbury, being pinned by Trooper Ashley Sosa, Connecticut State Police. Trooper Trainee Garrett Watrous, Troop E, Montville, being pinned by his father, Captain Gregory Watrous, Brantford Police Department.
Go one, I, hey. Take seats.
Colonel Lockman will now administer the oath of office.
136 Train Troop, on your feet.
I state your name.
I, Pete Cole. Jeffrey Morrow. Andrew Fogarty. David Velez. Hunter Humboldt. Brian Burrito. Brandon Devlin. Nicholas DePonte. Anthony Bell. Joshua Da Silva.
Michael McCormick.
Jenny Garcia.
George Lyman.
Caitlin Barker.
Johnny Justino. Darren Watrous.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the state of Connecticut,
to the state of Connecticut,
that I will serve it honestly and faithfully
that I will serve it honestly and faithfully
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Connecticut,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Connecticut,
that I will faithfully perform all duties of a state trooper
that I will faithfully perform all duties of a state trooper
within the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection,
within the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection,
Division of State Police,
Division of State Police,
according to the rules and regulations of said department,
according to the rules and regulations of said department,
and that I will obey the orders of my superior officers.
and I will obey the orders of my superior officers.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Lockman. The next portion of our program consists of the training troop returning the troop guidon to the academy staff. On stage are class guidons from previous training troops. The guidon represents the unit and its accomplishments. It serves as a source of pride that reflects the achievements and dedication of its members to the unit. On September 20th, 2024, the 136th Training Troop slowly began its transformation from a group of individuals into a dedicated, highly motivated, and hardworking team. At an appropriate time during training, the staff presented the Training Troop Guidon to the class. As a testament to their commitment to meet the challenges of policing, the class adopted the motto, "One mission, one purpose, one standard." This declaration was embroidered on their guidon, and it serves as a reminder of their place in the 122-year history of our department. The passing of the class colors back to the staff is symbolic of the transfer of the title of recruit to the title of trooper. The guidon will now be returned to the staff by trooper trainee Nicholas DePonte and will be placed in a position of honor by trooper first class Daniel Richmond. On the grounds of the Connecticut Police Academy in Meriden stands the Law Enforcement Memorial. Among the first of its kind in the nation, this illuminated marble monument serves as a constant reminder of those law enforcement officers in Connecticut who have given their lives in the line of duty. As part of today's ceremony, a video will be played for those state police troopers who have died in the line of duty. In reflection and action, let us honor and never forget the 26 troopers who have made the solemn sacrifice.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now
Please join me in a moment of silence in reflection and remembrance of our fallen troopers. Thank you. The experiences of each class are varied and unique. The transformation from citizen to the role of guardian and protector of society is difficult. What begins as an abstract ideal quickly becomes reality once boots hit the ground. The members of the 136th Training Troop have met the challenges placed before them, and their presence here in this venue signifies their success. The new troopers sitting before you join the ranks of those who have and will continue to serve with honor, courage, and commitment required of a Connecticut State Trooper. Since 1903, the Connecticut State Police has been forged into one of America's premier law enforcement agencies. Our code of honor serves as the embodiment of our values and our continuing pursuit of excellence and commitment to service. Each training troop is expected to memorize and internalize the code of honor from the moment they enter the doors of the training academy. Now that the 136th Training Troop has joined the ranks of our department, they will rise together and recite our code of honor. We are one family, and our code of honor symbolizes the joining of the members of the 136th Training Troop into the history and traditions of our agency. To the members of the 136th Training Troop, be the calm in the storm. The challenges of law enforcement are hard to understand intellectually and even harder to appreciate emotionally. You can't always control your circumstances, but you can control your response. Your motivation, paired with countless acts of initiative, have demonstrated your ability to perform under pressure and will set you apart as you create your own path forward. We are proud of your accomplishments, and your presence in the field is greatly needed. I look forward to watching you all continue your careers as you uphold the honor and tradition of this great agency. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise while State Police Chaplain Dr. Jeff Gallagher offers the benediction.
Let us pray. With great hope for our graduates, with great thanksgiving for their family and friends, with great appreciation for those who have inspired and trained and those who will continue to do so, and with great compassion for all those we serve, we lift up this prayer to you, O God. Bless us now as we go our separate ways. Bless the families gathered together in their celebration. Bless our graduates, the Connecticut State Police, and all who serve our beloved state and beyond. May we carry you in our hearts as we go forth now to live in love and serve in peace. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher. On Friday evening, September 27, 2024, you were dismissed as a training troop from your first week of service. Now, this afternoon, and for the final time, the 136th Training Troop, you are dismissed.